Whatever that is. There we go. All right, what's going on, everybody? All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to WSSU Ram Nation. Welcome Ramily and friends. Welcome CIAA cousins, HBCU hombres, all of that. We know y'all are on here. We've been talking. CIAA football season is upon us. And has the CIAA lost its Ram mind? Well, before we answer that question, let me introduce my guest for today. Well, that is at home here and our first time, but hopefully we won't scare her away. So we got that, and we have Miss Amber R. Amber as the newly appointed. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
You said newly appointed. Newly appointed what?
Newly appointed member of WSSU Ram Nation. You've been drafted.
Okay.
I was cool enough to make the team, so we here.
She's been drafted. Everybody don't get drafted, but we'll see. Everybody can allow me to get drafted in the comments. What's up to the folks that we got in here? We got
wait. I have questions. Y'all are moving entirely too fast. Like, drafted from where? What you didn't go to Winston-Salem State? What is going on right now?
Yeah, I went to Winston. He's talking about on the stream.
Oh, I didn't know what yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. I know she's one of us. What are we talking about right now? Okay, I'm back. All right, locked in.
Okay. All right, we got Dot with us. Let's see, we got my boy Alonzo Turner, class of 2009. What's up? And like I told you, we got some CIAA cousins in here as well. So we got my guy here. Maybe I have to bring him on sometime. My guy breaking down the Bulldogs. We always like to say, that Winston is the only. I always say that Winston is really the only CIAA school that actually talks whether we win or we lose. Now that Bowie's been doing a little bit of winning in football, new, nice. It's nice and new. He's doing some talking. So shout out to him.
Hey, shout out to Bowie too, man. I had the privilege of doing the PA for the CIAA championships, and I did some activations with Food Lion. And while I was there at the Fan Fest, I saw a lot of Bowie. And I know we up there in Baltimore, but I saw a lot of Bowie State representation. That was really my first time seeing that much of the black and gold out there repping like that. So it was just dope to see that. It was fun being in Baltimore because, usually when it's here in North Carolina, we get the usual suspects when it comes to the CIAA schools. But going up there, seeing more of the V unions and more of the V states, and especially more of the Bowie, it was dope. I ain't even going to care. A lot of the Bowie, a lot. It was a lot. Dang, bro. Like, I'm giving you a compliment here. Take it. You did?
Yeah, I feel like their energy is definitely mimics ours from the north. Bowie definitely has a lot of school pride. We've had a few run-ins with them to the championship game, so definitely shout out to Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah, just had to beat them a couple times in that CIAA championship game, and after that, man, it was up from there. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for being on. Please go ahead and like the stream if you're on, and we'll go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to talk about football for sure. But first, before we ask if the CIAA lost its Ram mind about the football rankings, some of us lost our Ram minds about this new Chancellor House. Like, yeah, it was. You guys saw the commentary?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I saw it, but what frustrated me, I'll let you explain to the folks that are new to the conversation exactly what. Then I'll let you know what frustrated me about it.
Bet. That's a bet for sure. Let's see. So I have the actual article, right? Because I think that's where a lot of this came from. I think a lot of the reaction came from misinformation or lack of information. I'm a journalist, so I'm always gonna be a proponent of reading the article. Now, I know everybody ain't always trying to pay the $5, but journalists got to eat too. So, we got paywalls. They're a real thing. So yeah, we are going to go to the Winston-Salem Journal article, and then we'll let folks chime in. If you're in the chat, let us know what you guys think as well. This was a hot topic this week. So just going to read straight from it. So the Winston-Salem State University Foundation has purchased a Northwestern Winston-Salem home for its new chancellor, paying $1.4 million for the more than 5,000 square foot home, according to Forsyth County real estate records. They didn't put a period right there. Anyway, I'm sorry. The foundation brought a 5,380 square foot home at 3751 Coral Lane Drive, so we know where to pull up, on Wednesday, according to the property's deeds at the Forsyth County Register of Deeds. Chancellor Benita Brown, the first woman to lead WSSU in a permanent capacity, will live in the house. The purchase was discussed during a meeting during the WSSU Board of Trustees on Tuesday. That's where my first point of problem was there, but we'll get there. You can never find a Board of Trustees link. Hopefully that's going to change, but we'll go on. The house sits on 2.95 acres and has 4 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, and 2 half baths, according to a tax record in Zillow, a real estate company. The house is in the Greenbrier Farm neighborhood off Shadowlawn Drive and has a tax value of $1.32 million. The deed lists the WSSU Foundation as the property's grantee or owner. Wesley, and I don't want to mispronounce his name because we might need his money. He's in charge over there. Wesley and his wife, Amber, are listed as the property's sellers, according to the deed. Haley Jingles, WSSU's Chief Marketing Communications Officer, shout out to Haley, confirmed late Thursday that the WSSU Foundation had bought the house. The current chancellor's home was purchased by the state for $562,500 in June 1996. That house on Marshall Road, blah, blah, blah. Marshall Road was built in 1992. It has about 3,300 square feet of space and a tax value of $600,480, nearly $650,000, according to a Forsyth County tax record. The house has a market value of $890,400, according to Zillow. The UNC Board of Governors requires, and this is something I think a lot of people miss because they couldn't get this far in the article, that the chancellors of the UNC school systems and the UNC system schools to live in the office and the official chancellor's residences. The new home for the chancellor is indeed because the university now has different needs than when the March-April home was initially purchased, Jingle said. The design of the home is no longer conducive to the university's current needs. Lisa McClinton, the WSSU's Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, discussed the pending purchase of the home with the WSSU Board of Trustees at its online meeting Tuesday. The new house will be owned by the foundation, not the state. I don't know if that was supposed to be the state, but we can go on. Kathleen Kelly, chairwoman for WSSU Board of Trustees, said the board approved the university's request to sell the Marble Arch house. The trustees also approved the resolution to authorize the WSSU Foundation to conduct due diligence and select the primary residence for the chancellor. The foundation is handling the sale of the current house and will turn that money over to state officials. It had $995 million in assets in January 2023, according to a WSSU news release. The foundation used money from its operations budget, not from from its operations budget to buy the house, McClinton said. WSSU will maintain the new house, which was built in 2005, McClinton said. During the discussion about the purchase of the chancellor's home, several trustees said it's important that trustees have a consistent message about the purchase in light of recent job cuts at WSSU. The home's purchase came weeks after WSSU eliminated 55 of the school's 789 full-time jobs for the 2024 academic year. The university's student enrollment dropped 4.5% in fall 2023, leading to the cuts. Students, faculty, staff, and city residents may question the purchase of a new home for the chancellor in wake of job cuts at the university, some trustees said. That was written by Mr. John Hinton, a mentor of mine. So we have actually read the articles. I do pay the $5 there, so y'all won't have to.
Thank you. That's the first thing that pissed me off, man. I'm gonna let you know that right now. That's the first thing that had me tight. That stupid paywall on the Winston-Salem Journal. There's been a couple times where John Dale will post something and I'll go over there and try to look and I can't get through and I'll try to screenshot it real fast so I can go back to and scroll up and screenshot real fast, but that don't be working effectively. Then I saw in the comments of somebody's post that somebody had went and copied the whole article and put it in the comment section on somebody's post. So I had saw it there. Yeah.
The consumer in me understands it. The journalist that wants to get paid in me hates it. But hey, It wasn't me. I paid the fine.
I did.
So
I did. Yep.
So Amber, your thoughts on this? Obviously, a lot of people felt some type of way.
Yeah, I think the big thing here that I think is really important is understanding how state funded institutions operate in general. Unrestricted funds, restricted funds, they're separate buckets that they're not pulling from. So no, like you said, no scholarships were lost in this transaction. It's a state required policy, since we are a UNC system school, that the house can be to entertain guests and to promote the school. So I see nothing wrong with it. I feel like the article did kind of give a little shade about, the loss of enrollment and loss of jobs, which have completely two different separate things to do with each other. So I think this one kind of falls on comms from the school. I think Winston-Salem Journal kind of wants to get a story out of it, but I think it's definitely no news here, nothing crazy about the purchase.
No, I second that if it's me. Like I just saw a bunch of people that wanted to have a bunch to say about nothing on social media. That's all that was. What upset me more than the Ramley having a problem with it was the Ramley on the where I found it was on an Aggies page. An Aggie had reposted it, and then you got a bunch of Rams in there. Family/Ramley. Can I just speak to you for a second? Like, please, do not allow them to sucker you into stupidness, okay? They want to see us fall apart. They want to see us all disheveled. Check your sources when you're seeing who's posting this nonsense about the Ramley. You dig? A lot of times it's posted just to create discord amongst us, and y'all bite. Hook, line, and sinker. Right on. Oh, $1.4 million. I'm sure they could have found one for $300,000. And why they don't give me no house when I move? She don't even live in the house. This is where her to go and barter deals so that we can move to the next level, folks. Like the first house we had since 2001, if what I saw was correct. Listen, can we please give our next regime some time? Like already the Ramley is jumping on the head of Chancellor Brown, jumping on the head of Coach Thompson. Like, let these people get their name tags on the door before we start berating them and talking about how much they don't deserve things that every single chancellor gets. Like, it was pretty just obnoxious to me.
Yeah, I agree. And also the information about the student enrollment drop, if you go to the National Alumni Association meetings, they've been talking about it in ways we can better partner with the school as alumni to get those enrollment numbers back up. So that also isn't new information. So
now, what was that about? No, like when they talk about the enrollment numbers falling, like what is that a result of?
So basically, I think over the past 2 years or so, we've seen a decrease in enrollment, which has affected our budget. The UNC system has certain benchmarks that you have to hit: graduation rate, retention rate. It's like a whole equation to determine how you get funding. And if you don't meet those benchmarks, they cut your budget. So that's something that they talked about in the winter board meeting. And so I encourage any alum in the chat, make sure you definitely tap in with your local NAA chapter to definitely get that information.
Yes, and as Alonzo so wisely pointed out, and for the Ramley who think the chancellor with the legal background will do something illegal 2 weeks into the job, come on, y'all.
And she has no control over that decision, anyways.
Right,
it's an independent transaction for that reason. So.
But to my understanding, this isn't a place where she sleeps and dwells and bathes, correct? Like this is a place where, or will she actually live there?
They live in the house.
Oh, she'll actually live in the house.
They'll live in the house, but they'll also host events. They'll host important donors. When I was in SGA, we had a few dinners with the chancellor to meet some of the executive staff. So they are in the house for sure.
So how that work? Does the foundation pay her mortgage or her rent, or does she have to pay that out of her salary? Do you know,
did they buy it outright? I'm not sure. I feel like they bought it outright.
That's all right. That's a nice little perk. Like, cause my wife, she got a job where they give her a little vehicle and pay her gas allowance, but they ain't no house. Now, house, that's all right.
That's some pastor stuff. That's some church stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
Show you right. Nah, I think it's great points. I think for one thing, I think it comes down to obviously the Winston-Salem Journal, they're going to do their job. They got their job is to get people talking and see what people care about and all of that stuff. But I do think one thing that has to be done is there needs to be more transparency. Board of Trustee meetings are way too hard to find, period. Like they're supposed to be, from what I understand from the UNC system, listed on the website and everything like that. And a lot of times you have to really hunt for that information. So I actually heard about this on last Monday, and that's because I got the link for the Board of Trustees meeting for Coach Thompson. And so they were talking about it then. I was like, oh, people are going to have something to say about this, but it was only 19 people. It was only 19 people on the Zoom. So I think when the information is not easily accessible for people and they feel like it's hidden, and then it's like, oh, whoa, what is this coming from? And some of the Rams have been through some stuff where they've seen, some chancellors have been in trouble for stuff that they weren't supposed to do. So I understand a little bit some of the seasoned Rams being a little apprehensive about it. But I think for sure, like Alonzo said, I think, we got to definitely educate ourselves. And I think the transparency from the university in this new administration, I'm seeing some signs that that's how they're going to operate. I think that's going to be very important because I believe the last administration was not as transparent as they needed to be. And thus we ended up in some of the holes that we ended up in. So.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think from my understanding, they're supposed to be open to the public unless they move into a closed session. And then that's when everything kind of goes off the record. But to your point, if you go online, a lot of the meeting minutes or the transcripts on the meetings are missing. So definitely agree to those sentiments for sure.
I just want alumni to understand, like, there are some things that, yes, the public is supposed to be privy to, but the university ain't got to come talk to us about everything. Like I saw alumni that was upset that the university didn't talk to them about the coaching hire, and we should be in on those conversations. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. Like some certain conversations is just for the university to have, and we, the alumni, have to support it and roll with it in spite of. We do not get to make all those decisions. They don't happen at P5s, at PWIs. It's not going to happen at HBCUs. I think sometimes we feel like because we are that Ramley, and I don't think it's just Winston-Salem State. I think it's all HBCUs. Because we have that family vibe, we feel like we're supposed to be in the know on everything. Like we want, and a lot of it comes from a good space of us wanting to assist our university. But we just got to understand, you're not going to be privy to everything, but that should not determine your support of Winston-Salem State University.
Well said, well said, well said. So yeah, that was a great topic, and that's a big topic for this week. But we will go on to to why we're here, and that is to talk about football. It's football season, and again, we know it's been down for quite a while, but trying to get back up.
We went 3-1 at the crib last year, baby. Hey, 750.
We did go 3. We did go 3-1. We did go 3-1. But that one was a heartbreaker.
Shut up. Why do you always want to say that? Shut up. They don't even have to know what that one was. Shut up.
Because we talk about the predictions, and last year matters with the predictions. So we're going to go to the predictions. We're going to see what they say. So the CIAA held its media day on yesterday. So the CIAA predicted finish is out. And that is not it. Let me pull the right screen up here.
You need a producer. You need a producer or something over there.
Yeah. We working on that for sure. Let's see. So we are pulling it up right here. All right. Boo, Fayetteville State. I'm sorry. So the CIAA unveiled 1 through 12. And this is the predicted order of finish on HBCUGameDay.com. So we got number 11, Bluefield State. We'll see y'all on August 31st. The rent is due. That's what their coach said. The rent is due. That's what their coach said yesterday. He said the rent is due. I said August 31st. We'll be there a day early. So Elizabeth City State. We beat them last year. We took care of business against them last year. They had beat us 2 years in a row. They were ready to put up a statue over that, but they didn't get the dub last year. That was That was one of the L's.
So take that, LG Burner. You take that, LG, or you take that Lance and put it in your peace pipe and smoke it. You wanted to build a statue after beating us twice. Now look at you in the cellar down there at the 10 spot. It ain't but 11 teams, Lance. Look at y'all at the 10.
Yeah. Next up, so that Elizabeth City. So the bottom of the list are 2 teams we beat. Now you get to the 3rd team on the list. We had a little trouble here, Dot. We our friends in Salisbury, over on Ennis Street, Institute Street, somewhere in the Berry, Livingstone College. They beat us last second field goal, man. That was like getting stabbed slowly, consistently.
Only thing I hate worse than blue bears is blue balls, Gaither.
And we also that was a tough game. Lincoln, Pennsylvania, another team that beat us. Another devastating defeat. Last minute, we had it in our hands, and boom, up in Lincoln, L. Shaw University is number 7. We beat Shaw. So 3 of the 4 teams that we beat are here. And of course, the 4th team, St. Augustine's University, no longer with us, at least for right now. So shout out to St. Aug. Hope things work out for them over there in Raleigh.
Legit
tough times right there. So those are all the teams we beat, and we lost to some of those 2 teams. Number 6, Winston-Salem State University. We'll come back to that. Number 5, the other fallen soldiers of the CIAA, Bowie State University. Yeah, the fallen soldiers of the CIAA. Y'all had a run. Bowie had a run. Hell of a run.
They did.
But you know what happens to runs, Dot? What happens to them?
You get constipated.
They end. What?
You get constipated and you don't have the runs no more.
So Bowie State 6-4 last season. We will see them in Bowman Gray this year. My boy Clarence from Breaking Down the Bulldogs said he will be in the building, so we'll see what's up.
Bruh. Bring it, bruh. Bring it to Bowman Gray Stadium. Would love to introduce you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So number 4, this is tough. Johnson C. Smith University.
At 4?
Beatties Ford Road Bulls. The Beatties Ford Road Bulls are they picked them to be number 4.
They were pulling names out of hats on this one. I can't go try that big brother.
The Beatties Ford Bulls. They won 7 games last year. Let's give them a little prop. 7 games. I think that's their best season since Run DMC. I think that was their best season since Run DMC was out. So they got that, and they beat us. We took that L. Another game we were up and found a way to lose, and then you get to Fayetteville State. Some people used to say Fayetteville Second University. They did get a championship last year, though. So 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
No, they didn't get one last year.
2 years ago. They went. They know the road to Salem very well.
Yeah, they was in the ship.
They know the road to Salem very well. Virginia Union, the defending champs, the folks who actually did get the hardware. They're number 2, and number one was Virginia State University over in the metropolis of Ettrick, Pennsylvania. So the village of Ettrick. Petersburg. So that is the predicted finish of the CIAA, which was dropped yesterday in Salem, Virginia. Folks, if you're in the chat, please make sure you hit the like button and share this out and give us your comments. So you guys saw the predicted finish. Who did you guys think was too high?
That whole list was a mess. I'm not gonna I don't know.
The whole list?
I won't say it was a mess. I feel like 1, 2, and 3 are interchangeable, and I think 7, 6, 7, 8 were interchangeable in terms of like where they put people. So I'm interested to see how it pans out. I hate to say it, I feel like Weston was a little high, only because we have a really tough schedule this season. I feel like if the schedule wasn't so tough, we might be a little higher, but I don't know. I mean, ODU, A&T, who else we got? VSU, Bowie, Smith, Fayetteville. I don't know, y'all.
That is a gauntlet. I ain't
I
no
don't,
cap. Just hearing you say them like that is a gauntlet.
I don't know, y'all. We might
You
have.
do got the three powers of the North, the axis of evil.
What's the axis of evil? Yeah. What is that? What are you talking about? Oh, the Bowie, Virginia State, Virginia Union?
Mm-hmm. You know, last year, the crossover games, and of course, there are no more divisions. So that's another thing, too. Last year, the crossover games were Bluefield State, dub, Elizabeth City State, dub, and then they had the dub right in their hands over in Lincoln, and they just let it float away. So that was a crossover last year. It was really set up for them that, you know, they started off those 2 games at home. They were feeling it, you know, and then they left the crib, went up to Pennsylvania, and, you know, had to lead last minute. Boom. I think that was Lincoln's first time beating us since they had leather helmets. So, you know, I mean, you know, that was a big dub for them.
I mean, just
the next week,
facts out here, eh?
If I'm lying, I'm flying.
And we play a lot of road games too. I know we struggle on the road, so that's the other thing. We gotta figure out a way to be strong and competitive on the road. So
facts.
It's gonna be.
We could be 750 at home and 750 on the road. That's a good ass season, gang.
I feel you. Yeah, they got. What's that?
No, well, go ahead. I just want to say who I thought was ranked seeded too high.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. You go ahead and give me that.
I think V State was seeded too high, but only because I think V Union should have been the 1 seed. Like V Union, I got a chance to see them in action play Fayetteville State in that championship game. The team that came back from last year, they're returning 9 of their 11 defensive starters. The defense did not allow a rushing touchdown in the regular season last year. They got Jada Byers, who's going to rush for another 1,000 yards and probably be the CIAA leader in rushing yards. This kid is phenomenal. Like, V Union is the real deal. And for V Union to be dropped to second, I don't know exactly. You're a lot more educated on that than I am, Gaither. I haven't seen V State at all, but I would like to know what they have coming back to make V State jump V Union to be that number 1 seed. I think the CIAA has jeopardized us because I think they have put a chip on the shoulders of V Union. They got the coach of the year over there and Coach AP. He's going to be telling the guys, what more must we do? What more must we do? We still can't be preseason number 1. So that's going to be a chip. You got a lot of veterans over there with Isaac and Jada. That V Union team is very scary. I have November 9th at 1 o'clock circled on my calendar. V Union versus V State. To me, that is going to be the game of the season.
Yeah, it definitely was last year. I took the trip up there for V State and Virginia Union over at historic Hovey Field. And shout out to them for the nice new turf that they got there. You know, pretty much everybody in CIAA got turf now, except for us.
Well, we got to own our field first. Throw that in there. You got to own your stadium first before you can start making changes to it.
that part. Yeah, so great points there. It's definitely going to be interesting about Virginia Union. Who do y'all think? So you guys gave me who was 2. You guys gave me basically just what your thoughts were on it. So what do you guys think about? What do you guys think about WSSU being number 6? What are you guys feeling about that? Amber already told us she thinks it's a little bit too high.
Amber said it was too high.
Just for the schedule. I'm trying to be optimistic. I think we'll get Shaw. I think we'll be able to overcome Livingstone. I think we'll have Bluefield. I'm reaching for that 4th one, but
season, A.
I want to be wrong. I want us to have another conversation at the end of the season. Be like, I was wrong. I'll be wrong.
Yeah, I want you to be wrong too. God knows. No, I mean I like us at 6. I like us at 6 because it really just is a sweet spot. We can go under the radar, man. Hopefully we can excel and get something back of the glory years. But if we don't have the best year, we picked right there in the middle of the pack anyway. But I don't know, man. Like I know we're gonna get into it in a second, but there are some guys on this Winston-Salem State team that's coming back this year that I'm dependent on them to just do some sensational things. And if Massey let these boys play, man, and put them in the right positions, man, I feel like we got a team that can really go out there and compete.
Watching them play, I think the biggest thing that I always see is like it's not even the other teams. Like we kill ourselves on penalties and like not converting a crucial moment. So it's like it's not even the competitors most of the time. But hopefully we can really lock in going into this season and really address some of those mistakes.
Yeah, you hit it on the head. They were 4-4 in the CIAA last year. So the 4 wins. You want to guess how many points they lost by total?
It was close. A lot of the games were super
8
close.
points.
15 points. 15 points.
In 4 games.
4 games, 15 points. So you're at Lincoln, you're up with a minute to go. You get the penalized celebration. You know.
Maybe we celebrate
the penalty. Last second touchdown pass. Boom, the first L. Then you come home to Livingstone, and I know we're thinking, it's Livingstone. We don't lose to Livingstone, and we damn sure don't lose to Livingstone at Bowman Gray Stadium. Not with B-Dot
More pain.
On the mic. None of us have ever seen that happen. None of us have ever seen it happen.
Shut up.
I was just saying, look, the last time it happened was 1998. 98. It was in kindergarten. She wasn't even in kindergarten yet.
I hate that beating us beat their Super Bowl. Like they could blow out the rest of the season.
Not only did they beat us, they took the trophy. They sitting over here yelling the little Blue Bear fairy tales. You know, Chancellor President Davis. Shout out to President Davis, man. He's doing some really great things over there. Really big things. They get into the money. For sure, they get into the money. For real. But they over there talking about they were singing this song, y'all, and it was the worst song I ever heard in my black life. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. They're talking. This is what it was something like this, man. Good thing my phone is dead. I would play it. It was that horrible. They're talking about something rocking in the Blue Bear house at Bowman Gray Stadium. But what? Excuse the hell out of me.
The only Blue Bear I respect is that Care Bear. That's it. Yeah, that blue Care Bear. He was a cool. Other than that, man, I don't respect no Blue Bears. Listen, what is it? Even a wrong person is right twice a day or some foolishness like that. And listen, they got a dub. Who cares? Hopefully this team, those losses that we suffered last year, the good thing is we have a lot of those guys coming back. They remember that. They remember going into games thinking that they were just going to win just for showing up. Now they know they can't do that. Not only do we not have the skill set from top to bottom to do that, but we also have just a history the past couple of years of coming up short on those situations. So we have to go in these games and pay attention to minute details. And I'm just optimistic that the team that we have this year has enough upperclassmen that have gone through the fire that understand that. And there will be teams that overlook us. Oh, this just Winston-Salem State. This is a dub just because they coming into Greensboro. Say less. And we come in and smack that ass all around Aggie Stadium. Those are the types of upsets and wins that I'm hoping we can get this year and get the energy back into some positive momentum, man.
Yeah, but I think it all comes down to discipline at the end of the day. I feel like that's what makes the championship.
And that's
discipline and trusting your team.
That's Massey. 100%. That's Massey.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. You know, last year after they won that Elizabeth City State game, they're 2-0. But if you remember, there was a touchdown, a 90-yard touchdown followed by a swan dive into the end zone. Now, it didn't hurt because they won the game, but Coach Massey did say you got to be more disciplined. And then the next week, we saw in Lincoln, Pennsylvania. So
it's 5-5 a successful season. It's 5-5 a successful season.
No, 6-4 will be a successful season.
Okay.
6-4, get a winning record. I mean, I know the standard has been obliterated, but damn it, it's got to be somewhere. 6-4, you would be above. You would be in the top half of the conference. I think that would work. You know, you talk about the loss of Livingstone and those guys suffering that. The last time they lost the last group that lost to Livingstone, the next 2 years they won the championship. We went back for the 99 and the 2000. So, you know, so
that might have been the blue battery we needed put in our backs. That might have been the blue battery we needed to be put in our backs, baby. Let's go, Rams.
I just want us to be competitive.
Energy of the fans, man.
I just want us to be competitive. I feel like, you know.
See, like that's it. That's everybody's energy now. We used to chase championships, guys. I'm talking about going to Bowman Gray Stadium, and if we lost, we were confused.
Was a surprise. Yeah,
what the hell just happened? The refs are cheating.
Now, you know, it was a stretch where if they
every sport, you talk to a fan. I just want to be competitive. Lord, what was us? I just hope God, what happened to us?
Hey, look, man, no lies were told.
I'm gonna be nice.
Hey, just a Ram fan. We keeping it real on it, but you know, as real as you want to. But nah, you know, you talk about that, and I see my guy breaking the Bulldogs says 6-4. I'm heated. Yeah, I mean that's where y'all been the last 2 years. You know, so I get it. You know, you used to, you know, being in the championship, running in the championship game. So yeah, 6-4. You know. I remember those days.
4 and 6, and really don't know our identity right now, breaking down the Bulldogs. So you keep your Bulldog talk over there. You know we bleeding out right now. But don't you worry about it. We're gonna patch up and we're gonna be back better than ever, man. On my mama and them. And we're gonna get the smack. Well, I know y'all Bulldogs used to smacking y'all butts all over the CIAA, and y'all had a little run, so now your little chest is all poked out. I know, but one little pin, and all of that.
But God, you bring up a really good point. I think, sorry to cut you off, but I think a really good point that I feel like isn't talked about as much as like the culture of WSSU. And I hate to, you know, be that alum talking about the glory days, but I feel like we got to teach culture at this point. Like the 4 is going into the fourth quarter. Like, do they even still do that anymore? Like, it's a lot of signature stuff that like that expectation or that attitude. We're intimidating before we even touch the field in any sport because we're Winston. We're rocking that part on our chest. So I feel like maybe we need to do some culture rejuvenation or just trying to figure out what's kind of that missing piece because I don't feel like there's been synergy between, you know, students, alumni, and athletics department. But I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful we can make something change this year for sure.
Well, being somebody who over the past 20 years has been a culture, what is it? A curator.
Culture curator.
A curator of the culture. I will take that as a personal responsibility to make sure I do my part to even go above and beyond to make sure that we, you know, keep to those traditions, that pointing on kickoffs and 4 fingers in the fourth quarter and all those things. So I appreciate you for checking me with love, and I'll definitely do my job to make sure that I, you know, do as much.
Yeah, and I feel like it's on all of us. I feel like we know what we've been through, but I feel like it doesn't have to stay that way. We know for a fact the culture in games, those games were swayed because we're on our feet, we're cheering, we're excited when things happen. So I feel like we got to definitely translate to not just football, but the other sports. So
right.
Sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think one of the things I always say is, and again, since I do HBCU game day and I look around the landscape, like in every conference you got, well, maybe not the MEAC's a little, you know, South Carolina State, every conference you got your blue bloods, right? We got the most championships out of anybody that's still there. We got 12. And I think the great thing about us is no matter whether we win or lose, we talk. We're going to talk about WSSU football, basketball. If we lose, we're going to be the first one to roast us. I remember when Chawan put that 70 on us.
Don't bring that
back. 70. I mean,
they just wouldn't stop scoring, man. That should have been against the law. Them boys should have went to jail after that game. They shouldn't have been able to
baseball mercy rule, Jesus.
For real. Ain't nobody gonna stop them. Y'all ain't gonna put up a
everybody was just getting swing, man.
Nothing to stop them from going in there. God, that was bad. I had forgot about that. It's certain things that I just compartmentalized and threw that.
You gotta put it in the back.
Oh God, hey, like why would I remember that? I'm not gonna remember that.
But we were the first one to roast us. I don't know that anybody. As much shout out to Lance, as much as he likes to roast us, I don't know that anybody roasted us as hard as far as the person on our right over here. I mean, she let us have it, and rightfully so. Yes, you. Yeah. Don't make me have to pull up them tweets, dog.
I want to see him.
Yeah.
I need to screenshot him and send him to me after this is over.
I had to refrain from
she ate them boys. She ate us up, but it's all out of passion. I think that's what college football is about. College football and college sports is about passion at its best. And I think far too many of our other schools in the CIAA, you only really hear about them. They got to be winning and winning big. And if they beat Winston, so would y'all agree?
Yeah.
I mean, my boy Gerald from Union, shout out to him. He coaches at Lincoln. He hates WSSU with passion. Maybe we'll come out with our biggest hater list one day. We'll invite our biggest haters. We'll have a haters ball on the WSSU Ram Nation.
Yeah, man. I would love to go to the WSSU haters ball. That would be amazing.
Yeah. Man. And most of them I really admire. It would all be in fun, but God, that might be the highest rated episode. That would be so we have passion and I love it, and when we win, you're damn sure gonna hear about it. That's why they call us, and I think both of y'all, in addition to being Rams, are also fans of that team with the star.
You know it. I'm a star.
Yeah.
I'm a star, ain't I?
I'm a Winston legacy and a Dallas legacy, so we'll accept it.
What's up? I'm a star, baby, and my wife will tell you about Big D.
Well, we have been called the Dallas Cowboys fans of the CIAA, and that's just because people don't have legacy. I mean, that's really what it is.
But we won way more recently than the daggone Cowboys, so they can cancel that for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what they're trying to say and trying to be cute, but no. Winston-Salem State is Winston-Salem State, man. Like, CIAA, we are the standard. And why are we the standard? Because we're still here. Even though we tried to make a little dip for a second and go to the MEAC, we brought ourselves back home, and we have been a staple in the CIAA since its conception. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's tough for other teams to even try to discredit what we are to the CIAA. When you talk about big house games, when you talk about the things we've done on the football field and CIAA championships, Pioneer Bowls and such, like, we really are the standard. So we say that respectfully, but we also, know what we are, though.
Because if you go to any CIAA players' photos, almost always it's a photo in Bowman Gray. I mean, we could be 0-10, and we could be 0-10, and everybody else might be 1-9. But if they got that one on us, they're gonna have that.
Want to show yourself in Bowman Gray, and we don't even own Bowman Gray.
So, and that's part of the reason why, I have this platform and have HBCU game day. HBCU game days, it's a bigger thing. But I know the CIAA really doesn't
not too
get
much.
That type
not
of
too much. Not too much, Alonzo. Not too much. All right, not too much. Not too much on my Cowboys. Okay? Not too much. Sorry.
But I gotta say that people are really excited about this game in Greensboro, and we're gonna get to that. But a good friend of mine once told me, this is the thing with Winston. We go everywhere, and we're everybody's money game. Everybody knows when Winston is coming, they're bringing out extra bleachers. They're taxing us. And
facts.
And it's like we're everybody else's money game. But when it comes to Bowman Gray State, because everybody who live in Charlotte, they'll go to the Smith game. Everybody that live in Raleigh, they'll go to Durham, they'll go to the Shaw game. Fayetteville State, everybody in the area pulling up. But to get folks to come to Winston, man, that is a challenge. I mean, We got Dot there. We got the powerhouse of red and white. We've got the Red Sea of Sound, who was this close to being in the the Band of the Year competition. And this year they got to go because they were this close. So we need to be in Atlanta. Since we can't be in the Celebration Bowl, we damn sure need to be at the Band of the Year. But, so everywhere we go, it's a sellout. But when we get to Bowman Gray, it's tough. I know my friend, the late Jonathan Wedlock, he told me that his coach told him, respectfully, people not coming to see us play certain CIAA schools at Bowman Gray because they think we're going to win. And if we don't win, then they don't want to come because we're losing. So, that's the part of the culture that we're working on. But again, everything we got going, we got all the ingredients now. We just need that winning culture back in the football program and to get people out of Charlotte. I know it's tough to get people out of Charlotte. Everybody love to be outside in Charlotte and in Raleigh. Get them to come to Bowman Gray. But what do y'all think? How do y'all think we get to that?
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed. If we're losing, them stands is empty. I'm like, God, I'm like, come on, y'all. And I feel like it's the fact that we travel well on the road. So I feel like it's another just culture mindset of like down the street at A&T, you look at their record and that stadium was full because that's just the culture there. So I feel like we definitely have to get back to like win, lose, or draw. Like we're in the stadium, we're enjoying the fellowship with each other, we're supporting the team because it matters. It really does. I was a softball former student athlete, and fans in those seats definitely changed the game. So I definitely feel like we as alumni also have work to do if we want to encourage the players to have a winning mindset for sure.
Yeah, I'll just agree with that. Piggybacking off of that, man, it doesn't help that we have one of the biggest freaking stadiums to try to daggone populate anyway, right? And losing does not help that. Winning definitely helps, but even with the wins, I remember Coach Maynard in his run, and there were people that wouldn't go to games because they said, man, I know by halftime we're going to be blowing them out. Why I want to come to that? So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? I agree with A 100%, man. It has to be one of those things where we know that this fall, 5 games out of the year, we're going to go to Winston so we can reunite with Ramley. You dig what I'm saying? A culture thing. It has to be a culture shift back to us wanting to be around one another. Season tickets are $125. That's for all 5 home games. Like that right there, $125. I blow $150 just at the movies with my family. You dig what I'm saying? Like, ladies, y'all can go to the nail shop and spend $150 if you tip it. You dig what I'm saying? So $125 to come back home and win, lose, or draw, be around Ramley. We have to somehow find that culture again. I don't know exactly how to do it. It's going to take all of us with trying to with the what am I trying to say? Here's one thing I was thinking about. If the alumni that's in different spots, Raleigh alumni, Durham alumni, Charlotte alumni, if they put together like a party bus type situation where 5 games out of the year, you had sign-ups or whatever, people pay their money, you hop on the bus, you ride down to the game, you get festive at the game, and then you party bus back to the city where you live at. Like those type things could be fun to sort of bring that camaraderie and that Ramley energy back. But something does have to be done in that space. And of course, it definitely does start with winning, though.
No doubt about it. So we will. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. Everybody, please make sure you hit the like button and share this out too. We'll have some clips out here for sure, giving some folks some bulletin board material. But that's what we want. We want some engagement in the CIAA. Make it. It's kind of like wrestling. You got to talk a little bit. So, so the second game of the year, we're going to East Greensboro. We're going to stadium before we go to that stadium. We've already had that discussion with DP, but I want to give Miss Amber her chance to talk about that and how she feels about it. So, first of all, I know you're a little bit younger than us. So she's like, a lot. Okay.
Like a little bit. Get it right.
I didn't say a word.
Okay, we get it. But so have you ever attended a WSSU those guys game in football?
I want to say I probably have when I was younger coming up. But as an adult, I have not. So I'm super excited for that battle of I-40 to return. The history of it is so iconic. Two of the biggest schools. I feel like the rivalry is deep. I feel like it's always fun. A lot of us have A&T friends, so I'm really just looking forward to the experience. And hopefully that's something that we can bring back more often. But definitely looking forward to the battle of I-40 returning.
Man, you already know. Yeah. I'm definitely excited about this. Growing up in Greensboro, I definitely remember the Rams coming to town. I'm old enough to even remember the Aggies going to Winston-Salem and playing there. I remember Torrey Woodbury and A&T playing in Winston-Salem. Torrey Woodbury's family was there. They all had on white shirts that said Holly Woodbury on them. Torrey Woodbury went out there on the field and went crazy. Back-to-back CIAA champions, back-to-back Pioneer Bowl. Like, I'm talking about, these were the good times, them early 2000s. So I'm excited for this joint to come back. I remember Jared Bonds and them boys going down there to A&T and upsetting them boys. Jared Bonds running for a bunch of yards.
21-14.
Monte Eggs Perv is out there running all over the field. You dig what I'm saying? I'm excited for this game, man. On and off the field, man. It brings the energy to Greensboro. That's why it's one of those situations, just like you said, the history of it, it's one of those games that should be on the calendar every single year. What it does for the economy, what it does for the fanfare, what it does for the nostalgia of the rivalry. Like, we've been remiss to not have this game for as many years as we've had it, and I'm very excited for it to come back. A lot of my folks that I do homecoming parties with, my man O and Frank and Stowe and DP and Trails, we're putting some things together outside of the game so that we can all get together a night, 21 up party, 25 and up party, and a 30 and up party. Make sure you follow me so you can get the details on that, because we want the Ramley to come down and not just paint that blue track red, but we also want to paint the city red. You dig what I'm saying? Make our presence known in Greensboro September, because that's my birthday weekend too. So I'm really hoping we spank these.
Oh, you cutting up.
I'm going crazy.
No, I'm just excited. Like you said, our fans travel well. A lot of them are local to Winston and Charlotte. So that red on that blue and gold is going to be a sight to see for sure.
It is.
Does anybody know if the band is traveling? I don't know if y'all know.
I hope so. Oh, that's a good question.
I believe I did see that on, I think, John Dale, when you pay the $5, you get a little information like that. Yeah, but I did see that in his report that was in the contract. They're giving us, they are paying us $30,000 to come plus some tickets. They're going down to Wake Forest the week before, and they're going to get 300,000. So, hey, this is what we got. What'd you say?
The moment of silence.
Moment of silence for that. How much? How much did we get when we played Central? It was a little more than that, wasn't it?
I think the compensation was I think it was $60,000 when you factor in money and you factor in tickets. So obviously, and if you know anything about the two schools, Central's stadium is actually much smaller. So I think their stadium holds like maybe 14,000 versus 21,000 plus the A&T holds. So, A&T is being A&T. They are,
it's going to be a tough game for sure, though.
So.
Man, beating them is so amazing, man. Just with all the transitions they've been going through over the past couple of years. Like, I don't even know if they still say Aggie Pride. I think they say Aggies do or some foolishness like that. Like, you talk about the mistaken culture that we have at Winston-Salem State right now. The Aggies are going through the exact same thing with the chancellor changes, with the logo changes, and they are really struggling over there. So us smacking them around would really, really it would bode well for the fanfare of the trash talk that will ensue afterwards.
Oh, so I have a question. So if we beat A&T, does that wipe our 3-7 season? Does that
yes. Yes. We can go 3-7. We can go 3-7 if we beat A&T, Livingstone. Do we play Johnson C. Smith?
Yeah, we do.
And them three. If we beat them three,
okay, we good.
Fayetteville owes us. They won 4 in a row. Every one of them been close, except for maybe one.
I don't care. Johnson, if we can
going for
win
bragging
North
rights at this
Carolina,
point.
no. If we beat A&T, Johnson C. Smith, and Livingstone, successful season, baby.
I have to agree with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you, Amber. Successful season, baby. Successful. That's what we are right now.
That's our Super Bowl.
That's what we are right now. That's what we are. Listen, you got to build.
We may not be competitive for the championship. We can talk a little junk.
And we can toss it. And we own North Carolina. Anybody in North Carolina wants some of the smoke, you come get it. Aggies, Livingstone, Johnson C. Smith.
UNC Charlotte. No.
What's up? Shaw, come get it. We already did Oklahoma City and Shaw last year. We already told you what we do to them.
Barber Scotia,
Virginia, Maryland. Don't go up there messing up. Leave them alone.
Alonzo said no. 3-7 is terrible.
Zoe, yes, on paper, 3-7 is terrible. However, if the 3 wins are Aggies, freaking Golden Bulls, and Blue Bears, come on,
dear God help us.
Come on, man.
And you might get Shaw.
Listen,
the big house games.
I love
the big house games. Dr. Rodney, pray for us.
On a personal note, now y'all ain't got to stand behind this, but we can go 1-9, and that one game is them Aggies in a convincing enough fashion. Oh, I'm talking trash all season. All season. Replaying videos and highlights from the game and everything. Watch. Did you know how bad Central beat us these last 2 years?
Yeah.
Central beat us like Catawba beat us. Like they beat us in the rain. They beat us when it was sunny. Like they didn't give a damn what the weather was. They just
stadium was on lockdown. It was
it was bad.
Well, in that one we were close. We were actually up close in that one. But yeah, it's But look, I can say this with confidence that North Carolina A&T football is no North Carolina Central right now.
No, close. Not even close.
Do y'all feel like the game is gonna be close?
Yeah, I do. I think, guys. I think we're gonna compete.
Why are you saying it? Come on.
Funny story. I was doing some research, and Torrey Woodbury, 2000, they went to play South Carolina State, and and everybody was like, "They're D1. What are we gonna do?" And Torrey Woodbury, I pulled up the quote. Woodbury was like, "I don't care if they got 100 scholarships. We don't got nothing to lose. We're gonna play hard, and we're gonna come out with the win." And they went down to Orangeburg and slapped them around, 39 points on them. So hey, I like
A&T does not scare me. A&T does not scare me. They are in a transition period. They don't even know. They don't even have an identity. Not just they don't have an identity on the field, but they're questioning their identity as a school right now. So we really got them like right now is the best time to attack them and just smack them up real quick and brag all season.
Well, brag until they let us play them again. We haven't played it since 2010.
A lot of sport is mental. So if we go in with that man to man, let's just see who the winner is.
What's up?
I feel like we got a chance. But I'm gonna be at the tailgate eating the chicken, so y'all let me know what the score.
You gonna be where?
I'm gonna be at the tailgate eating the chicken.
Oh God!
Well, look, you actually got to pay to get up in their tailgate, right?
That's very true.
See, that's the thing. Bowman Gray. We can't really do all that. We need that money. I know a lot of people. How would y'all feel about that? I'm just gonna ask you. Now I know. How would y'all feel about that? About if you had to get paid to get into the tailgate? Now I see you doing that, but you got to go to A&T. You got to pay to chill in the tailgate.
Please don't piss off nobody.
You got to go chill. You got to put money in the Aggies pocket, and they only gave us $30,000. I'm sorry.
And 300 seats.
And 300.
You talking about
1% of their stadium capacity. 1%.
You talking about charging for the tailgate at Bowman Gray?
I'm talking about you pay to get in. You can get into the tailgate and the game. One price.
In the background, but I had the idea of blocking the whole street off from Bowman Gray to the gravel lot, and then just charging people to go get in that whole little area and get your game admission, and that's the tailgate. And Get a little
But
one
would you
time
have
fee
a
and then
problem paying to get in there if the money went towards athletics?
I mean, I wouldn't, but I'm not the average
Right.
person. So the average person is definitely gonna have. I'm not paying. Y'all already know how they do it.
Yeah, I know Livingstone did it last year, and I know the alumni they about had a conniption, but hey, they had more people. I hear they had more people in the game than they've ever had before, and it's Livingstone, so I can believe it. But people was like, "Look, I paid my money. I'm getting in the game now. Like, what's up?" So
I think
pretty
it's all in
interesting.
the delivery, man. I think it's all in the delivery. If you're delivering it in a way where you're being, again, transparency and communication. That's things that have been lacking from WSSU in the past. And again, like I said at the beginning, I don't think we're privy to be in all the conversations. However, if you're asking us for money, we should know where our money is going. So if you're telling us that this is how this money directly goes to this scholarship for this athlete or this program, people are more inclined to do so than just saying, and now it's cost $30 to go into the tailgate and we putting it towards athletics. Where about?
Yeah, I feel like other booster programs, like they'll show you like this is how much travel costs, this is how much equipment costs, this is what the upkeep is for certain just equipment and overall managing of the program. So I feel like that transparency is really key. So it doesn't feel like every time we turn around, it's like they're asking for money instead. Like, scheduling meetings. If you can't pay this much, if you can't be a Horns member, maybe there's another tier that you can support. So I definitely feel like there are creative ways to still support and make it a meaningful experience for everybody.
Agree.
Great points.
Bro
Great
said,
points. So,
hey, don't smoke our boots, ain't it?
who are you? That show me. Show
Why do you
yourself.
think that?
Not show yourself.
Ask him why does he think that? Like what did the
What are your
Aggies do last
credentials? What
year?
are your degrees?
What?
What's your expertise, as Dr. Umar
Okay,
says?
did A&T win a game last season?
I don't
They
know.
won one.
That's what I'm
Who did
saying.
they?
Like you ain't
Who
even
did
gotta
they
have
beat?
no expertise. We just on here talking, but I want to know what has A&T shown him? If he said A&T gonna win, okay, that's a fan. But smoke us? Like, come on, y'all act like this Tariq and them team. Tariq them ain't over there no more. Like, that ain't the play. I'm confusion.
Lamar gone. Come on now,
Bro, like they don't listen. I don't even think they got Agatha no more. I think they only
Lamar
got
gonna
one
be at
more.
the tailgate, man. Look, he ain't playing.
I'm telling y'all, man. It's different over there. Make sure that bracket. Bring
But
his
yeah,
name back up. What was his name? Doc
Oh, they beat
Ronchi?
Norfolk.
that Shelby and Norfolk was trash. Virginia State beat Norfolk. So, woo.
V State picked to be number one in our conference, though. What did they do to get that? Oh man, all the CIAA did was piss V Union off. Now V Union ain't gonna let nobody rush a touchdown or pass for one. You can't do nothing but kick field goals or freaking and return punts and kickoffs against B Union this year. God.
Yeah. You know who was really ticked off though?
Hmm?
You know who was really ticked off, and I should have had a clip. Fayetteville State was ticked off. I think they were mad.
Rightfully so.
Because they've been number 2 the whole time. But I guess what the ratings told me is they feel like because there's no divisions that they're not going to be up there with the other guys. We'll see. But Coach Hayes Jr., the nephew of the great Bill Hayes, he was ticked off. So
that's
and
my
I
dog,
get it,
man. That's my dog, man. I love Coach Hayes, man. He got ties to Dudley High School, and of course he got ties to Winston-Salem State with Coach Maynard and being on that staff, man. Coach Hayes is a good dude. Got a chance to chop it over him at the CIAA championship as they failed to V Union. But I know that put a chip on his shoulder too. Like all the CIAA did was piss teams off.
That's why I said it's gonna be interesting. That 1, 2, 3, 4 spot is gonna be really interesting to see where teams end up for sure.
I think WSSU could, optimistically says WSSU could get 4. I feel like they could get 4.
4 wins?
Now the 4th spot.
You talking about the 4th spot in the conference?
4th spot, yes.
Boy,
Yeah.
shut up,
I
man. You
need
just being stupid.
what you've been drinking over.
Yeah, you said your expectations way too high.
Look.
No. But how that meme go? No.
Look, man, usually I'm the negative one. I think I said they could. That's best case scenario, they're 4. Worst case, they're 7, 8. That's my best case scenario.
Now that's a big range, Gator.
That's my best.
That's 4 to 8. It's crazy.
For that, look, they lost 4 games by 15 points, and they were up in every game.
But that
quarterback
was playing some goofy ass teams, Gaither. Listen to the list. Did you hear what
you still got to play? You still got to play goofy.
I'm gonna go back to the list.
You still got to play goofy. You still got to play goofy Livingstone. You still got to play goofy Smith, and you still got to play goofy Fayetteville State.
I'm gonna go through the list, and y'all tell me win or loss. Y'all tell me non-biased. All right, Bluefield State.
Win.
All right, A&T.
I'm gonna say a dub on that.
Okay, Gator.
Come
on, this lightning round.
All right, since this is Ram Nation, it's a dub. On HBCU game day, it's a loss. Yeah.
All right.
So there we go.
Ohio Dominican.
I'm going dub. It was another close game last year. I'm believing. I'm buying.
You said wait, Gator just said they're gonna win that game?
I have them win at home. At home, B-Dot. They're at home. They're at home, B-Dot.
Okay.
This isn't, and that's not Old Dominion. This is Ohio. This is Ohio Dominica or something like that. They played last year.
Ohio Dominican.
They're at home. They're at home. That doesn't change it for you.
Yeah, that changes. I give them 3 just because it's a home game.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. VSU.
Keep the lights. At least keep the lights on this time, Virginia State.
They cut the lights off.
2017, no lie. 2017, went up to Petersburg. We're coming off back-to-back CIAA championships. You know it's history.
You're not focused. Do you have us beating V-State or not?
No.
Absolutely
not.
And what's next, Bowie?
Keep the lights on. Keep the lights on.
Do you have us beating Bowie? No, you don't. Who's next?
VUU.
Do you have us beating V-Union? That's a horrible violation. No, you don't. Are any of those games at home? Please say no.
Bowie is at home. Bowie's at home.
Yeah,
I got us beating Bowie.
You trying to pull on my on my strings over here. I see what you're doing.
All right, Shaw.
Shaw's a dub.
Livingstone.
Shaw's a dub.
Livingstone is a dub. Smith, we get our face back. 6 wins.
And in favor.
6-win season. 6-4, baby. Y'all said that was a successful season. 6-4. Does that put us 4th? No, because Virginia State, Virginia definitely gonna finish better than 6-4.
And Fayetteville State, if y'all guys losing to them,
State will finish better than 6-4. So it should.
And if we beat Smith and Livingstone,
It could happen at 4 or 5 now.
I can see 4 and 6 or 6 and 4. That's how I got that range. 4 and 6, 6 and 4.
I agree with that. That's fair. I can see us 4 and 6 or 6 and 4.
Or 5 and 5. Anywhere in between there. If you get 6 and 4, then
I don't think there's no gray area. I don't think it's a 5 and 5. I think we're either going to be good 6 and 4 or bad 4 and 6.
Yeah, no doubt. Not only is VSU's defensive coordinator Carlos Fields Jr. a Ram, but also Johnson C. Smith, who had the best scoring defense or one of the best yardage defenses in D2. Their defensive coordinator is a Ram too, Barry Tripp. Now we put 31 on them, we doubled them up, but so it's it's always some Rams in the bush. So Alonzo said to get to 6 and 4, 4 and 2 in conference. Bluefield State, A&T, Ohio Dominican, Shaw, Livingstone, and JCSU. That was the VSU Bowie. He got us losing all 3 of the Axis powers of the North in Fayetteville State. So
I think that's fair.
I feel like that's best case scenario.
I think that's best case scenario right there, man. And
But
nobody should be upset.
But you know
with
what
that
I say?
season.
You know what I say?
What you say?
It's so hard to be a Ram these days. So we go.
That girl said something. Now that girl just said something. That girl said something.
I like it. I like it. I love it.
I'm gonna be optimistic like y'all. I'm gonna be optimistic.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing about being around. There is a bit of the Lulu in there. There's a bit of the Lulu in being around.
What good college football fan isn't a bit delusional? Like, again, you gotta So
that's what fans are. Fans are fandemoniums, like fan to the big to the. We're nuts a little bit, but it's okay.
I feel it. I dig it. Well, look, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. I know we put this together really quick, but I appreciate both of y'all. Amber, first time, please don't let it be the last time. I knew you would be amazing there. That, as always, doing your thing as well, man. It's been fun. I'm sure we gave a lot of people a lot of bulletin board material, but that's what it's all about, you know. We got to wake up the rest of the CIAA, not just when they play us.
Damn right.
Wait, somebody just put in the comments, what would happen if we lost every game? Is it worthy of discussion? No, ain't no
fun talking about that. Who said that? Block them. Whoever said that, block them. Lost every game, block them.
Well, you know
that over our life. Oh, Shabado. Get that off. Why did you even read that, A? How did that
The spirit of Iran rebuke you. The spirit of Iran rebuke you.
The commentary.
So you get Amber not coming back. Amber, see how she just got welcomed back and kicked off forever within 30 seconds?
No.
Why would you read that foolishness? Every game? Can y'all imagine, man? Man.
In the CIAA, just disband the program.
Bluefield gets their first win over us? Oh, no.
Yo, we lose the Bluefield off the rip.
They had smoke last year with the
they already ended the basketball season. They ended the Cleo Hill era.
You remember that?
They
was like they didn't think
the Cleo
Hill. Got player.
And they don't even have a band. And they don't even have cheerleaders. That's my thing with Bluefield. Say they don't have a band. They don't have cheerleaders. They don't. They might get one this year, but they don't even have a band.
They got a dub against Winston-Salem State in the CIAA tournament.
Oh, let's not bring that back. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry.
Be clear. You know how pissed off I was, man? My first year doing PA for the CIAA championships, and Winston-Salem State gets kicked out before I even get to Baltimore.
That bus on the way back.
What? I'm flying over there like, ain't that the WSSU bus? Man,
people say, I hate to even say this. People was like, I wonder if I can cancel my hotel.
People was like,
everybody. It was horrible.
So
we were so like, because the Ramley that was still there, we were just so dejected at little parties that was flopping. Like,
Kevin said he was on the runway on the plane going to Baltimore.
Legit.
Like, can I get off?
Y'all got the parachute.
I was in a work meeting like, ain't no way. They've been like, ain't no way. Oh man, that was a hard day.
God, I was so disappointed.
Yeah, that was a tough day.
I showed up at the game late. You know, I'm like, oh, they're in the game. You know, and I was working. Good thing I'm my boss.
But then they have like a late game that Tuesday and then an early game Wednesday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, man. CIAA, there should be nobody should be playing at 10 o'clock. A basketball game at 10 o'clock. This is not AAU CIAA. Nobody should be playing.
Especially your higher seeds, dude. Like, that was insane. There's no way Winston-Salem State should have been playing at 10 a.m., dog. Yeah. Not a chance. We'd have drawn. I mean, you know, like Winston-Salem State, the CIAA took a loss with Winston-Salem State not making it to Friday. And that's just the reality. Like, and I said that on Twitter, and folks got a little in their feelings about it, but that's the reality of the situation. It's like the ACC does better in their tournament when Carolina and Duke are there. Yeah. If they're not there, then they suffer because Miami and Virginia Tech ain't gonna get the same draw as Carolina and Duke, NC State, et cetera, et cetera. So the CIAA did take a loss. Now, does that mean folks weren't there? No, folks were still there. It was definitely populated. We had a great time. It was great energy. But the city and the fandom it took a noticeable hit without the red there. That's not even a question.
Yeah, man. So they ended our basketball season.
But Gator got a 4 decal. He said, "I'm leaving with something." He got the WSU 4 decal. Took it back. So.
Yeah, that Shelby, man. What's your deal, man? Are you an Aggie?
Who? That person?
This person, yes, that Shelby. That Shelby. You guys talked about how NCC would be bad. Man, don't nobody care. They lost.
My man said it was 17-16 going into the fourth.
I don't think they scored an offensive touchdown. They didn't even score an offensive touchdown. They got a kick return. That was their touchdown. Other than that, boom. You know. So what Brandy say? Almost doesn't count. So there you go.
Almost doesn't count. We gotta bring the R&B moment.
Okay. Amber like to sing, ain't it?
I do.
Well, look, as long as you keep your head to the sky.
That's one of my favorite songs. No, that's one of my favorite songs.
As long as you keep
that song usually make me cry, but you butchering it is making me pissed off.
We can win. All right, y'all. Look, man. Look, man, it was a blast. I appreciate y'all for being on. We are definitely got to do it again. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys share the stream afterwards, and we will definitely follow up. Shelby, I'm not sure you're getting invited to the cookout. I see you don't have
everybody's invited. Everybody's invited. It ain't no fun if it's just Rams on here talking, man. We got to have the haters so we can pick our cast for the damn haters ball. The haters ball is amazing, man.
Yes. Put your selections for the invitees for the inaugural Winston-Salem State University Haters Ball right here on WSSU Ram Nation. Put them in the comments. We want to know who the biggest WSSU haters are. We know you're out there. We see you every time. I'm gonna tell you.
Wait,
I just talked to one of them yesterday. I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna give a hater a shout out. My guy from the CIAA.
And I love my guy. I've been reading some of John Dale articles. Like, I'm not sure which side you're on.
Don't do my man JG like that, man.
He's a part of the whole thing to me. I mean, he's a part of the whole thing to me. Like, if you don't have him, it's a part of the ecosystem. You know. I mean, who's
your hater that you want to nominate for the Haters Ball, Gator?
I wanted to nominate my guy from the CIAA. Let me go full screen by this. My guy from the CIAA, Donald Ray Watkins. My guy. He's the photographer. He's an amazing photographer. Does some amazing work. But he is one of my nominees for the WSSU Haters Ball. Every time I see this man, he got smoke from me. He got smoke from me. I mean, just right off, he came to Game Center taking pictures. He wanted the aura, but he had some smoke for me. Even yesterday, I wasn't even able to get to the CIAA media day. My man got on the phone with my guy that was covering it for us and was giving me hate all the way down in Atlanta from Virginia. He is a consistent hater. I mean, this man is consistent with it. And I love when he takes those photos of WSSU winning CIAA championships. Those are my favorite works that he does. So shout out to him, man. Much love, Donald. Make sure you guys check him out on Instagram for sure. DR Watkins, I believe is it. So Haters Ball nominee from SJG. Dash, you want to go?
You daggone right. I have 3 nominees. Give me full screen, please.
Don't say one of mine. You already said one of mine.
Say something for Amber. Say something for Amber.
Let Amber go, and then I'll go. Amber, you go.
I'm going to shout out my dog, my ECSU dog. Lance, come on to the table, bro.
Hold on. Wait. Go full screen. Now, go ahead.
Lance, LG Bernie, you got to come sit VIP at the Haters Ball, bro. See what you be doing on them suites. You got to come VIP escort. You definitely on the list, but that's my dog, though.
All right. I would like to nominate 3 people, actually. 2 people.
Hold on, let me switch up. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. You got it. The triple.
Yes.
The triple
First,
nomination.
my first nomination for the first annual, the inaugural Haters Ball, WSSU Haters Ball, goes to a graduate of Livingstone University. 3 letters, Boz. Yes, Boz, you have been invited to be, I'm talking about front row seat at the Haters Ball. And then I would like to go to Charlotte and grab 2 Golden Bulls. 2 Golden Bulls. They both work at Power 98 on the Morning Madhouse. I need No Limit. And hey, Miss Jessica, I need both of y'all to show up. I got 3 seats, 3 seats at the Haters Ball for y'all. Boz, Jess, and Larry.
Well. Look, man, look, man, look, that's what's up. I love it, man.
And that's a great episode, man. I would laugh like hell at that episode with them just telling us why they don't like us.
I love being a Ram, man. It's amazing. I didn't have any connection to WSSU before I got here, but we just different, man. We just different. You know, I got people at other CIAA schools, and they be like, y'all go with each other. You know, y'all just we be on one. So we stay Ram, you know.
And you better.
And I love that. And I love that. So
what's the problem?
Yeah, man. So everybody, the haters have been invited, but appreciate everybody for tuning on. Make sure you guys share this. I'll make the Haters Ball its own little piece because we definitely need that. And y'all take care, and we'll see y'all next time, WSSU Ram Nation. Peace.